Hello, I'm going to be running the 11 NES or Famicom games that come in Namco Museum Archives Volume 1, which is a collection of these 8-bit console games that Namco put together, and it's out on Steam and consoles and stuff. The collection was engineered by M2, or Retro Console Port Specialists, with one sort of exception, which I'll talk about when we get to it. I'll be playing them mostly in chronological order, except for that one exception, which, oh my gosh. So the first one is Dig Dug. This is actually a surprisingly smooth version of Dig Dug. I'm actually kind of into this. No, that didn't work. Does anybody want to come get under my rock? Okay. Like the pumping of the victims, shall we say? I can't really call them monsters. In this game is surprisingly smooth. It's kind of smoother than in the arcade game. Oh, by the way, I am playing these in the emulator called Mesen. I extracted them from the Steam... Gosh dang it. The Steam version of the collection with a bunch of scripts that you can find on GitHub from Farmer BB. They're called Project Red. I'll put a link in the description under the video. You just run these scripts on the data files from the Steam install, and out come 11 NES ROMs. So actually, they're mostly Famicom ROMs. Like, this is the Famicom version of Dig Dug, not the NES one. But most of these games only came out in Japan, which also kind of surprised me. Wait a second, where are my notes? Was Dig Dug one of the ones that only came out? I don't know, I'm getting killed. Let's see. Yeah, Dig Dug was never on the NES. That's just weird. Like, how did that happen? Oh, yeah, get that big old knobbly cucumber. Oh, that sucked. Oh, what am I doing? I don't know. Man, look at that flicker when they overlap each other. They're almost transparent. Oh wow, big old combo, 6,000. But yeah, well, another interesting thing about this version is that it doesn't scroll vertically. They fit everything on vertically. Oh, one thing I should say that's maybe the most interesting thing to me about these games is that they also, these rocks... Oh, that rock disappeared immediately. It's like if the rocks don't hit something, they take a while to disappear. See how smooth that inflating and destruction of that poor monster was? Oh, there's no sky at the top either. That's creepy. It's just eternal night. So... in terms of, like, the aspect ratio that these games run at, you know, these would have been running on, like, CRT televisions, right? I can't even play this right. In NTSC, which means the pixels would be... Ooh! Slightly wider than they are tall. So they wouldn't be square like you get on modern... Heck! On modern displays. But when you here, I'll show you. When you go to an NTSC aspect ratio, it looks too wide. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but like the blocks of dirt are clearly wider than they are tall. And it just doesn't look quite right. So if we go back to perfectly square pixels, see how that just looks better. And I kind of wonder, and like in the Pac-Man game, if I remember to do it, maybe I'll do it. But if you're running it in NTSC aspect, like Pac-Man is an oval, he's not a circle. He's a wide oval. So I'm running these in 1:1 aspect pixels, not in NTSC pixels. But I wonder if it's because I don't know. Well, I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that most of Namco's heavy hitters, I think, were vertical screen arcade games. Like, you know, you turn the screen on its side and stick it in the arcade cabinet for Dig Dug and Pac-Man and stuff. What am I doing? I wonder if that's just somehow had something to do with them kind of designing these NES or Famicom versions for, well, not for NTSC horizontal screens. It seems like it's kind of weird. Because I think, like, if you took like a Pac-Man arcade game, right, which runs sideways, basically, is from the way we would normally have a monitor oriented or a TV oriented. If you somehow just turned that sideways so it was flat, and then also rotated all the sprites on screen back around, they'd be like way too wide, right? Because they're made for slightly, when it's vertical, all the pixels are going to be slightly taller than they are wide. So it would just be weird, but I don't know. I'm sort of mystified by this. But, like, the only other ROM that I have that springs to mind that is definitely designed for square pixels is, well, at least for NES or Famicom, is the Nintendo version of Tetris. Because if you run that in NTSC, the blocks, the Tetris blocks, are clearly the you know, 4 little tetraminos or whatever that make them up are clearly non-square. So if you want them to be perfectly square tetraminos or whatever they're called, you gotta do you know, perfectly square aspect ratio pixels. So it's just kind of but then games like Capcom's Mighty Final Fight and like Nintendo's version of IREM's Kung Fu. What was the other one I looked at? I forget. But those look too skinny if you run them with if you run them with square pixels rather than NTSC pixels. So now you'd think every designer would be designing them for NTSC screens, since that's what the consumers would have been running them on, right? Even in Japan, right? So I don't know why they just didn't do that. Like, this is clearly not designed for NTSC. Why didn't I just run over that guy's hole? There's a rock just poised to kill him in his own little hole. I've totally forgotten how to play Dig Dug. But yeah, this NES version is actually really sweet. In some ways, I like it more than the arcade version, which I extracted from whatever the current Steam version of Dig Dug is. You can get an arcade ROM out of that. Uh-oh. I did that all wrong. Except for the black sky gives it a very creepy vibe. Oh, did that wrong too. Oh, wow. Oh, dang it. I should have just stunned him and then got the big old knobbler. I also like this weird lime green earth. That's not quite how the arcade version goes. Stay in your hole. Yeah, do that. Oh, look at that big rutabaga. Kind of like the sound effects in this too. This is a really cool version of the game. Like, I can't believe this didn't come out in the States. What was going on? I wonder if, like, Atari had some kind of lock on it in the States or something. Atari pulled a lot of weird shenanigans back then. Like, you know, you hear about these unlicensed games put out by Tengen on for NES. Tengen was made by Atari. So that was all an Atari. That was all Atari just messing with Nintendo. Because Atari must have considered the US like their territory. I can't believe I still have lives. Uh-oh. The flame from the, gosh, I can't even remember the names of the creatures in this game right now. What do we got? We got like pokies and oh, that's completely wrong. What the heck? I'm gonna remember it later and then I'll be really embarrassed. Dang. Really bad at dropping rocks on people now. Shoot. Oh, wow. Well, I got my green pepper, so whatever. That's all I wanted out of that life, apparently. I faked him out. Fygar, that's the fire-breathing one. What's the other one, though? What's the goggle one? Heck. Oh man, look at this purple dirt. This rules. Man, forget the arcade version. Oh no! I squished myself and some of the guys. Well, I join you in death, my death brothers. Let's just go squish that guy. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh man. Well, that was pretty bad. Anyway, this version is pretty awesome. Sheesh. Yeah, I might have to just... I mean, I haven't been playing the arcade version because it kind of gets me down because you're essentially just dying in holes eventually. Just chased down and dying in holes. But, if I did have to get chased down and killed in holes, I might want it to be in this NES version, or Famicom version, actually, instead of the arcade version. I'm sort of amazed by that. Like, Victor on the 10 Pence Arcade podcast had advocated for the Famicom version of Dig Dug, but he was a big advocate of the arcade one as well. I don't think he said he liked the Famicom version better, but I kind of do. Okay, so that's the first game. Let's do another one. So that's a winner. I mean, if I could make myself not be scared of Dig Dug. Oh wait, I hate this game. So that's too bad. Anyway, Dragon Buster. What's my notes say on this? This never came to the NES either. This is Famicom. So this is a bad way to start a game. You've got this just junky looking layout. You've got these weedy little graphics. You have to like move a direction to get your guy to make this gross sound down a path wearing a tunic and no pants, and then you have to do it again with the fork. Then you get to this ugly castle, and then you get this, like, you can barely even see the outlines of your character against this horrible medium gray background. Like, his boots are almost the same color as the background. And the animation and the sound effects are terrible. Terrible! What was Namco thinking here? This is just awful. I mean, the one thing it's got going for it is that you can move and swing your sword at the same time, but are you really swinging a sword, or is this like a sword yo-yo? I mean, what are you doing? And what is this? Is he hitting me? Is this like a giant naked guy hitting me with a ping pong paddle? And now I'm just being assaulted by things that are moving faster than I can see. You've got these weird phased out doors. You've also got this crazy, oh well, I'm gonna die. Oh wait, I killed him, wow. I mean, this sword swing animation is like the worst. You've got this double jump where you have to trigger it before you reach the apex of your jump. If you hit jump at the apex of your jump, you like don't, oh maybe you do. No, you like fall really fast sometimes. But then, and the second part of your jump is higher and slower? Or it feels slower. It's just like so floaty. It's just like, what is this? What were they doing? I'm pretty sure this was based on an arcade game that didn't look so hot either. Speaking of hot. Oh, I almost figured that out. What is that sound? It's like, I thought that clonking sound was the breathing. Jeez, what? That is terrifying. It's just teeth. Ow. Oh, this game is terrible. I mean, it's actually kind of amazingly terrible. Get off me. Well. Ah, what? Oh, he's just got a pole arm, too. I thought he was a wizard. Ah, God, the ping pong paddle. How did I hit that guy before? Oh, God. Oh, no. It's funny because if you're in the big room, those guys just, like, juggle you up in the air. It's kind of an amazing, like, juggle that they do on you. So, yeah, I hate this game. Just go to the mountain. Oh, that's a terrible sound. Oh, this looks a little better. I can actually see my character. Okay, we got the little fire-breathing Stegosaurus thing. Little fire-breathing... There, he juggled me too. I don't know what those do. Can I... Okay. How do I, like, select or something? I don't know. Oh! Down plus A. Oh, okay, so yeah. Guess I'm going down here. So I got one fireball out of that scroll. Oh wait, look how fast wait. I only run... No? Why am I running more in one direction than any other? What is happening with the mechanics in this game? Like, how do I... Oh no. Oh no, ping pong time. Ugh. Ow. Oh, give me the shillelagh or whatever we got here. Oh, what does that do? The music's okay. Better than the sound effects. Oh, Staggy. Staggy baby. Why can't I not hit this guy? Or not get hit by this guy? Oh, let's go through there. Whoa. What, did that kill me? Gave me health? Okay, I got through it. Wow, I beat a stage. Okay, this looks a lot better, actually. That first castle is... Oh, no! Oh, no, I'm getting juggled by flying knives. Well, how are you supposed to not? Oh, it's the wizard. I gotta get the wizard. Oh. Wow, that was wild. Get the lantern. Come on. Really bad at double jumping. Uh-oh. I failed at double jumping, so we're going down here. It's just piles of skulls, like thousands of people have died here. Ugh! I don't have the patience for this. Come on. Do your flame. I can't go in until you flame. Oh, just a straight up gem. I like that. Look at my XP went up. I'm still gonna die. I can make my horrible sword swinging sound. Oh wow, that's a good monster. Oh wow, that's a crazy monster. It opened an orifice I did not expect it to have. Ow! I mean, this is their sort of most solid enemy creature. The others are all pretty weird and goofy mechanically. I made it out! It killed me! Okay, let's just not go to that other castle. Take that, walls! Uh-oh! Holy shnikes! I believe I can fly! Oh, I thought I was doing a slick dodge move. Oh, now I'm gonna die. I'm dead. Look at his little arms just going around. Oh. Okay, well I could be using save states or something, but I don't really want to play this game that much. Well, gotta do that part again. I wonder if there's more than one, like, you know, countryside thing to go through. There must be, right? Anyway, not my favorite game. That's kind of more interesting than I had thought, but I still don't like it. What's next? Dragon Spirit. Dragon Spirit did come out on the NES, and this is the NES version. Dragon Spirit, the new legend. So this is just a vertical shooter, right? There were a number of... There's like a series. The hero Amru, disguised as a blue dragon, is finally about to fight the monster Zawol. As happens. Oh, I think this is like... Is this like the end boss? And then you go back. Sort of famous storytelling type of thing. I don't like this flashing at all. Are those power-ups? I just grew ahead. Did I grow ahead? I can't kill these tower things. Oh, I got bombs. I probably have to bomb them. I hate shot and bomb mechanic where you basically have to mash 2 buttons instead of 1 button. That makes my arm feel twice as bad. Bombs on this guy. I'm probably supposed to die here. Oh, the flashing in this game. It moves nice and fast. This guy's pretty cool looking. I mean, it probably looks way cooler in the arcade, but still, this looks pretty cool. Uh-oh. I don't know if he's gonna die. Oh, he died. Okay. Rear. I want to make a big dragon roar. Did I beat the game? Amru and Arisha married and had twins. Amru became ill from his battle with Zawol. Well, that sucks. You get like dragon cancer or something? That's a pretty cool drawing of the happy couple there. The twins were named Lace and Iris. Meanwhile, Galda started conquering the Earth. Oh, that's too bad. For Earth. Oh, we got a sword and a block. Galda took Iris away as his victim. Lace took the sword, which his father left. Just left it in a box. To slay Galda. That's a good plan, Lace. Okay. Not to get Iris back, just to slay Galda. Blue dragon push start. Can I be a different color dragon if I hit select? No. Maybe, no. Maybe you unlock a different color? That doesn't make sense. Oh wow, sweet pixel animation. Oh man, that ruled. This game starts off pretty good. Oh, then we got this kind of ugly landscape. Oh, what? Okay. Oh, is that a power-up? Okay, it's a power-up. Ah, what's going on? These are meteors. Oh, okay. Oh, those aren't meteors. Those have wings. I'm confused. This game's okay. At least it started cool. I've played the arcade version of this. What was that in? I don't know. It's been ported on something or other. Maybe it was on PS2 in one of the Namco collections. It's in some kind of Namco collection somewhere, I think. Did I grow a head? I didn't have two heads before, did I? You'd think you would remember how many heads you had, but, you know, my memory. Can't remember how many heads I had 5 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago. What are those things? The monsters in this are weird looking. They're like just weirdly rendered. Like they were trying to make them... They were trying to... Oh, I lost a head. Oh, they're like flying lizard things. Like they were trying to approximate graphics that were more detailed than they can render. And they've come up with a solution that is just kind of hard to see. Actually, the map is kind of cool. I mean, it feels like detailed. Feels like you're going over this tiny little landscape far below. The colors aren't great, perhaps, but I guess they work. Everything's visible. The bullets are nice and visible. Oh, those are old sea dinos. Okay, mashing the two buttons constantly is definitely messing with me, but it's better than holding a button for my old decrepit joints, so I guess I'll just have to do it. Oh yeah, you can just hold a button. I don't want to hold buttons though, so I guess I'm gonna keep mashing. This is probably a game I couldn't... Oh, I thought that was a power-up at first, and then I don't know what I was doing after that. Oh no, rest 1. How far back am I now? I don't... Like, that was kind of fun, but maybe this is my problem with shmups right now. Oh, you have to bomb the egg. Like, I don't really... I kind of like playing through them once. Maybe every once in a while, but then I don't want to really play through the stages again after that. I don't want to have to repeat the stages. Because they're just so... You know, it doesn't... It's just the same thing. Oh, I took a bullet for... Did I shrink? I shrank. I'm like a baby blue dragon now. I do kind of like the graphic style in this, actually. I've come around to it. Oh wow, those guys are cool. I'm very bored by shmups now. I don't know why exactly. But it is partly that it's more memorization than anything most of the time. Although this is not super memorization heavy, I suppose. Compared to some shmups. Ugh! Like you still have a chance to dodge this stuff. Sort of. Oh no. Oh, what is that? Oh, I see. Oh, toasted. Oh, that guy's cool looking too. Do I have I do have save states set up on this. I'm using a DualSense controller through DS4 Windows, and I set up the save state so I push in on the left stick, so L3 to save and then R3 to load. I'm not going to be save scumming through this though. Not right now anyway. It's not very flashy though, so that's good. I mean, this is a shmup my eyeballs don't mind. Definitely need to work on my... Oh, why am I flashing? Why was I flashing? Did I take a hit? Did I not notice? What's happening? Did I get a power-up? Now I got 2 hits. Kind of feels like it's running a little slow right about here. I like those guys. Those guys are cool. They're kind of like gorilla T-Rexes. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. Got a big old heart. Just a heart out of the sea. Heart of the sea. Oh, man, the sea just got dark. Okay, I don't have to... Oh, God, I can't... I just... like, don't expect... The rest must be... the rest of my lives. I just don't expect that dragon to just breathe fireballs directly in my face, I guess. I'm just not prepared for that. It just does it every time. Just take a fireball straight to my blue dragon-y face. Ow! And I guess its fireballs, like, take all my health right off. Like a boss. Oh man, my fingers are gonna be sore after this. I'm not used to mashing fire. And it's got auto fire, I just don't wanna... Oh wow, that was... Oh no, I think I'm extinctifying the dinosaurs. Wow, it just keeps going. This screen shake is wild. I didn't know the NES could do screen shake like this. Ah, there goes my head. Just one head now. Who am I going to talk to? Oh, nobody, because I'm dead. Bye, gorilla T-Rexes. Oh, I get a gravestone even? Defeated by the Dark Power. Died in Area 1. Oh, the shame. Yeah, that's fine. I just don't have any urge to do that again. I mean, I just feel like I just already did that way too many times. So that was alright though. I do like the intro. The beginning is kind of rad. The abominable incident by Zawa was fading from... Wait, there's a game over scene? Or does this just play at the... Monsters of Darkness were not dead. Their growing power is ready to cover the earth again. Oh, we've seen this part. New Dragon Legend. Oh, yeah, it's worded different now. Oh, this is where it shows us how real people play. Look at that expert auto fire. Wait a second, it can fire bombs that fast? Oh man. Look at this crazy landscape. Okay, that thing's flashing. I don't like that. This is like under the sea. Graphics in this are crazy. They just went with it, man. Let's just get abstract. We can't render all the fancy stuff the arcade one has. Just go nuts. Get wild with the color palette. Shooting giant clams. Oh, was that a power down? Oh, look at that old whiskered fish. Oh man. Yeah, the graphics in this game are actually pretty cool. Secretly cool graphics. Okay, so that was Dragon Spirit. Druaga Notos. This is the Tower of Druaga, which never came out on the NES either. I think the arcade version must have come out in the States, right? Oh, there's a story. In another time, in another world, the blue crystal rod kept it. So did they translate this for this collection? Kept the kingdom in peace, but the evil demon Druaga hid the rod and the maiden key in a tower. The Prince of Gilgamesh wore golden armor, attacked to save. Okay, so I guess you're Gilgamesh in your golden armor. I've never liked Tower of Druaga in any, like, it was in Namco Museum something on PS1, I think. I think it came out on Archives. I don't remember if I played that version. So you, like, slowly draw your sword, and then I'm holding the button down, and I can just hold my sword out and run into the slimes. But again, I hate holding buttons, so that's not good. You're so slow in this. And, like, it's... I guess one thing that throws me, too, is that it just doesn't tell you what... Like, what am I doing here? And why do these walls look like pipes? I don't know which way to go. It's very slow. There's a door. Should I go to the door? But I think it'll turn out... Wait, I do have a key, so maybe I can just go. The music's okay. But, like... Namco loves this game, and apparently it's kind of beloved among... Oh, there's a treasure chest, it appears, just as I was leaving. Oh, floor 2. Like, it's cited as this hugely influential game or something, but man, it's just... Okay, there's a key over there. I just have not been able to get it. I just don't get it. Okay, you want to... well, I was holding the hold your sword out thing, but... I guess you can get caught sideways at a corner? That's real good, real fun game mechanics. Watch out for corners. So is that the whole thing? You're basically kind of jousting, and you gotta, like... Be sure you joust straight. My golden armor? What kind of chump wears golden armor? Except maybe in a parade, but you're still kind of a tool if you're doing that. Come back this... Oh! So he just went right through my sword? Why did he go through my sword? I don't know. Do I have to, like, skip back and forth to try not to get got by the black one? But I thought I killed the black one in, like, just running into him. Okay. Now we just gotta slowly haul our golden buns over to the door. Oh, there's some slimes, though. Have at thee. Yeah, you better run. Good little floor 3 song. Uh-oh. I suppose that guy's probably not our friend. This ain't no Dark Souls. Or wait, Demon Souls. Sorry, not a friend kind in armor. Oh, so I'm just gonna get out of here then. Forget that guy. I do like those retreating stairs. Okay. Wait, why am I losing points? Uh-oh. My points are just going away. Is that like life? Are points life? Oh, this looks bad. But I have the key, I just gotta get out of here, right? So I just went right through that black slime. So is this like Gauntlet? Because did Gauntlet come from this kinda? So those aren't my points, because I have 40,000 points, so that's just... Yeah, you just start at 20k. Just gonna hold my sword out here. If any wizard runs into it, it's not my fault. Well, my sword is no proof against that weird forked lightning. So that was some Druaga-ing. I think that's enough of that. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to figure out how to beat that, that could be a little bit interesting, but I mean, can you imagine doing that if you didn't have save states or nothing? What am I doing? Wrong thing. Okay. What's next? These are all from Namco Museum Archives Volume 1. Next up is Galaxian, which it's basically shoot with half the speed of Galaga. It's basically Galaga with half the shooting speed, I think. I liked Galaga, but I also felt no urge to go back to Galaga. I thought I would, but I just haven't. And this is like slow Galaga, so that's... Graphics are a little more rudimentary. Still pretty nice looking, I suppose, so that just got me. I love how the bullet just sits, it appears on the nose of your ship and just sits there until you fire it, so these are like rockets or something. Take a rocket. Oh! Oh, I wonder if they ever loop back up like they do in Galaga. That has some noises. And I wonder if there's a sort of cheat to get... I wonder if you can get a second ship, like, attached to your ship by a tractor beam. I don't know if that's in this game. And then if there is, if there's a sort of secret way to get that to happen early on. Man, it's so slow. It's just hard to work up the motivation to really try to keep out of everybody's way. It just takes so much holding down the D-pad to get out of the way. You're just so darn slow. Although, it might be a little faster than the arcade version. I really hated the arcade version. I'm not sure I played the... I'm not sure I knew anybody who had the NES version back in the day. Although, come to think of it, I'm not sure I knew anybody who had... Oh, that's as far as I could go. Had NES Galaga. I'm also not sure why some of these games have like a stray tile in the upper left corner. But I tried them in like the Ari's emulator, and those stray tiles are still up there. And I think I looked at like a ROM that didn't come extracted from a Steam thing, and they were still up there in that. So I don't know what the deal with that is. Okay, here's Mappy. This was... So I just played the arcade version of Mappy in Arcade Archives on PS4. Arcade Archives Mappy, and then Arcade Archives Hopping Mappy, which is kind of a spin-off. And I kind of dug that. But that's on PS4, and I was thinking, man, did Mappy come out on PC? And I don't think it is really available on PC, but... oops. I mean, this is PC, and so if this was a decent port, it would almost be as good, right? And it seems like a pretty good port. The graphics are still not used to how the doors kind of kick you back. Oops. Oh, no. Oh, that was, like, okay. I don't know why I underestimated the bouncing time in that. Maybe it's a little faster than the arcade, or probably I'm just off. One thing that doesn't work quite as well in this version is that the big red cat likes to hide behind things, but like the sprite. Man, the M, P, and the R at the top kind of throw me. Like the R is round. What's MP? Mappies, I guess? I have one Mappy left. I think It'd be better if they had just used icons for that or something. I think the bouncing is a little slower than in the arcade, because I had trouble with this bonus stage in the arcade version. Do that anyway. Just gonna go. No! Oh, so I don't think I got that. So you have to jump a little high. I thought time was running out and I'd better just go for it, but I didn't realize you could fall under it, so I got... Okay, I almost have to... Oh, shoot. I saw the cat hiding in there at the last second. Okay, so I beat the... Oh, I think I gained a mouse. That's what that sound was. So I beat the default high score, so that's something. No, I meant to go up, but I was just impatiently holding left. Well, there goes... Uh-oh. Oh, you darn cat. Yeah. Oh, dumb. I was rushing to get there, and then I just do the same thing I keep doing. Oh man, this is a little messy. Oh wow, I can't believe I survived that. I'm getting out of there. Oh man, this is rough. Get microwaved. I never got to this stage in the arcade version. What is that? Is that gonna kill me? Oh, it gets removed. And then it just heals over. That's weird. That was a weird stage. Oh, now it's red. Dang it, I waited a split second too long. I wanted to get more cats. I got greedy. Almost got 50k, but I got greedy. Mappy's pretty cool. Look at the gorgeous colors in that logo. I guess they must look about that cool. Wait, he took the thing that the cat was hiding behind, and he didn't get got, and the cat held up a 1,000 points sign. Wait, what? Okay, stay there, cat. Oh! So the cat isn't waiting to grab you. And you can just take the thing it's hiding behind, and you get extra points. Well, shoot, there's money I've been leaving on the table, as I say. So, yeah, so you can't bounce up to the attic in this stage because there's a ceiling there. Oh. Dang it, I thought I had room. Come on. You don't have any room there. Anyway, that answered my question about the hiding cat. I always thought the hiding cat was lurking to pounce on you. So Mappy rules. I am glad that I have this on PC now, even the Famicom version, because, wait, is this... What am I going to say about this? Mappy never came out on the NES. Gosh dang. The NES sucked. I mean, we had stuff to play with all this. How many more games did they have in... I want to look this up now. How many Famicom versus NES games? I don't have an obvious answer here. It's probably on Wikipedia. Like, Wikipedia has a list of games. Wikipedia list of NES games. Okay, is it gonna... Oh, this is a list of games for the Japan-only family computer Famicom home video game console, which is... Okay, wait. I need you to breakdown. Okay. Japan had 1,061 games. North America had 678, so 2/3. So that's, but still a third that didn't come to the Japan. Well, I mean, there must have been some that in North America that didn't go to Japan, but probably not that many. 186 were released exclusively in North America. Actually, that's more than I would have guessed. I guess, you could say probably a lot of those are ones that Japan just didn't care about, like licensed garbage or something, but and then there were 349. So, Europe really got hosed, or PAL regions. They only got 349 releases, 19 of which were exclusives. And 514 games came out in every tier. Wait. What? Worldwide, 514 games were released, but if Europe only got 349 games total, then what? Are they not counted for worldwide? What? I'm not reading this right somehow. There are a total of 1,391 officially licensed games released for NES/Famicom. Plus 2 championship cartridges. Of these, 672 were released exclusively in Japan, 186 released exclusively in North America, 19 released exclusively in PAL countries. Worldwide, 514 games were released. What does that mean? That can't mean 514 came out in every territory, because Europe only got 349. I don't know. Anyway, that's going beyond my initial question. So Mappy, another one that didn't come to the States. This collection seems to focus on games that didn't come to the States, just about. So what's the next one? Pac-Man. Pac-Man did come out in the States, but it was, I think it didn't come out till, was it the 90s or something? It came out super late on the NES in the States, because Tengen, who were sort of made by Atari, brought out an unlicensed version in the States much earlier. And I think that, I don't know what kind of legal shenanigans were going on, but I don't know if that somehow prevented Namco from wanting to bring official Pac-Man out in the States. So I've looked at this game because I'm kind of a Pac-Man sucker. And I kept looking at the NES version, thinking, should I get it? I can dump NES cards, so I could have just got, an NES cartridge off eBay and dumped it. But, it's just kind of, the Pac-Man's too big, the ghosts are too big, the cherries look horrible, the ghost colors are wrong. Pac-Man's really slow, but Pac-Man's not a fast game normally. It's just not, it's mostly the sounds, I think, that were getting to me. The sounds are wrong, and sounds are so important in Pac-Man, because they, tell you what's happening. You can tell by the sounds what's going on. Why is it still making the... That sounds like the ghost chase, Oh man, these sounds are throwing me. Also, there's just that stray tile in the upper left. That's weird. Is that that's a part of Pac-Man? That can't be right. It's Pac-Man's color. Pac-Man's a weird orange in this, why couldn't they just pick the color? There's a yellow. Why didn't they use yellow? This is orange. They had one maze to reproduce, and they made it orange instead of yellow. The pink ghost color is about right, but the other ghost, man, the fruits. Oh, the sound is so bad. I mean, I guess it plays okay if you don't mind the crummy sound and the weird graphics. Pac-Man's too big and the ghosts are too big and it's all just weird. It does feel a little slow, I think. I think Pac-Man would have been a little faster by now, but maybe I'm wrong. I've been playing the Neo Geo Pocket Color version, which feels faster because I've been playing it in zoomed-in mode. So I'm probably just all off. Yesterday I tried to sort of make my own bargain basement Turbo Miss Pac-Man because I have the Miss Pac-Man ROM that I extracted from the Miss Pac-Man that's for some reason still on Steam. And I ran it in MAME and I just used the dash speed parameter from the MAME command line. I typed dash speed space 1.5, you know, hoping it would give me like a 50% sped up version of Miss Pac-Man, and it did until I ate a power pellet. And once I ate a power pellet, this is in the arcade version running in MAME, a recent version of MAME, the speed reset to normal. Like, what kind of speed up parameter is that, MAME? A game event just cancels it out? How does that make sense? I thought MAME was a good emulator, but now I'm not so sure. But, I mean, maybe I could speed this up. But of course, also when you speed it up, at least in MAME, like the pitch, the sound gets speed up too, right? Or sped up, because sounds are just, you know, propagating waves of energy. So the waves speed up and the sound gets pitch shifted up, so it just gets high pitched and too short and just horrible sounding. And what's really funny is that, so you eat a power pellet and for some reason MAME resets the speed to default, but the sounds are still pitch shifted up somehow. So it's just a nightmare. So that didn't work at all. I'm in trouble here. Got myself into a little pickle. Okay, we're out. We're good. For the moment. Uh-oh. I mean, it's kind of handy that it's slow because that gives me time to actually not get caught by ghosts. Like, I'm doing really good. I wouldn't be doing this well in the actual arcade version. Or at least not in the Neo Geo Pocket Color version that I've been trying to play. Oh, now it's actually quite fast. Heck. Is this Turbo Pac-Man? Like, I was looking at the, I re-downloaded, because I was trying to decide, do I spend, because by, I suppose, non-coincidence, Pac-Man Museum Archives Volume 1, which all these came in, was $20 on Steam. I don't have the patience to wait for a sale. I'm such an idiot. It's not like I have a lot of money. But, just take all my money, Namco and Steam, Namco and Valve. But, I missed my turn, but I didn't get punished for it. So, this collection of the NES game was, that was all messed up. I didn't die. I deserved to die, but I didn't. Oh, I went down too fast. Oh, boy. Okay, I faked him out. Oh, that sound is so bad. Oh, no, I shouldn't have. Oh, gosh, they could have trapped me there, and they didn't. I've got it. Is it Namco Museum Plus is the collection of arcade games, the latest collection of the arcade games. It's also on Steam, and it's also $20, so I could get our collection of arcade games for $20 with this sort of elaborate build-your-own pack arcade scheme in them. Or I could get the, pretty bare-bones NES game collection that's not just Pac games, but because of course there actually weren't that many Pac games on NES/Famicom, but just a bunch of Namco 8-bit games. So what I was really after was Pac-Man Championship Edition. So it came down to which version of Championship Edition, oh heck, did I really want? But I got to looking at it because of Mappy, because I played Arcade Archives Mappy. And this collection had Mappy in it. And it's a good version of Mappy, like it's a good version of Dig Dug. This is not a great version of Pac-Man, but I guess it does play okay. It sounds so horrible. Oh no, I should have gone right. Oh, now I'm croaking it up. Can I get out of this stage without losing another pack? And the red ghost is so dark red. Like, didn't they have a brighter red they could have gone with? I guess they use a brighter red for the strawberry. They could have used that for the red ghost. Whoever, I don't know, man, whoever did the graphics for this had some wild ideas. Like, let's make the ghost in Pac-Man extra bigger than the maze. I guess they, maybe if they, oh wow, it's so fast now, what the heck? I guess I'm not used to getting this far in Pac-Man, so probably the arcade and Geo Pocket Color versions would get this fast if I ever survived this long in them. Oh. Like, is this just easier because overall it is still running a little slower? Well, it's also like the Neo Geo Pocket Color version is hard because I'm playing zoomed in mode. You can't see where all the ghosts and dots are. Which is, I've sort of enjoyed, but it's probably not a great idea to try to play the game that way. It's really hard. Oh, shoot. Well, now I ate all the power pellets. I got dots scattered all over the place. Oh, I could have gone up. Except I lack the manual dexterity. Okay, better get those lower dots. The animation of Pac-Man seems kind of weird. Like his mouth animating. Well, I got to... What is this thing? What is this fruit? I don't know my fruits. It looks like a hand grenade. Oh, I can't believe I didn't die there. I got the hand grenade. I ate a hand... No. Oh, no, so much for that. Didn't get to 40k. Well, that version of Pac-Man plays okay. I mean, since I can run the arcade version that I extracted from, again, the Steam arcade version of MAME, I can just play that in front of, whatever it is. What are the arcade individual releases on Steam called? Whatever those are. So I have the quote-unquote legally acquired Pac-Man arcade ROM. I can just run it in MAME. So why would I play the NES version? Well, here it was just out of curiosity. Look at the crazy nicknames for the ghosts. Man, the fruit looks so bad. So anyway, I guess it was nice that I finally got to take a peek at that. Next up is... Well, okay, alphabetically it's Championship Edition, but I'm saving that for last. So next up, after that, is Sky Kid. Sky Kid... this is the Famicom version, but it did come out on the NES. So this is the first one that was on NES, but they went with the Famicom version instead for this collection for some reason. Baron, and Max, does that mean 2-player? Let's see what this does. Oh yeah, it's gotta be 2-player, right? So, I'm terrible. I remember that I hated Sky Kid. Oh wow, is it simultaneous play? I hated Sky Kid back in the day. I'm not sure if that was the NES version or the arcade version. Yeah, it's 2-player simultaneous. Alright, I want to go back to... I can't I just wanted to see what the deal was. Oh man, that music. I hate everything about this game, I think. Maybe not, we'll find out. Those little trucks are cute for army vehicles meant to help kill things. Baron and Max. Oh no, I hate that whistle. Let's reset this baby. Okay, you have to hit select. Okay. I guess the logo's okay. Go. Okay, loop-de-loop, shoot guns. I don't want to shoot the trucks, they're cute. I'm not gonna shoot the trucks. Why should I shoot the trucks? I do like those weird ghastly green and gray planes. Oh, I shot trucks. Sorry, trucks. I can't... Oh, wait, I could do a loop, but I... So what is the loop? Wow, well, a lot of stuff blew up. Oh, was that my kamikaze maneuver? I guess my little plane's pretty cute. It's just my guy looking googly-eyed out the side of his plane. Ah, I keep hitting trucks. I don't want to. I'm gonna shoot. Oh, I can just fly right through the clouds, huh? What is this, like, what is this thing above me here? Like, it looks like a bird man with an eye patch? Is that what it is? Ow! Oh, I don't like this game. I don't like gun. Hey, there's dancing girls? Whoop! I hope you can't shoot the dancing girls. This is messed up, man. This, like, cutesified version of war. Oh, God. There's a big old bomb down there. I mean, I guess I can use the loop-de-loop to evade things. I blew up half the base with my body. I'll never see the dancing girls while I'm alive. Yeah, I don't like that game. I can't be hanging out with weird, cartoony, vicious war games. I can't do that. So next, Splatterhouse. Now this is Splatterhouse : Wanpaku Graffiti. I don't really know what that means. I didn't look it up. This never came out on the NES. It's a Famicom game. The katakana logo is pretty cute. So we got this girl crying at a grave. Lightning strikes the grave, blows her skirt up, and an old... Oh no, it's a guy in a hockey mask pops out. Did they bury him in a hockey mask? He looks at the girl. She's happy. I guess they must have buried him. Then lightning strikes the grave next to him, and a floating pumpkin comes out. Well, that was unexpected, and somehow astrally grabs away, telekinetically, I don't know, grabs the girl. This will be your grave. Ha ha ha. There's a lot of rescuing girls. That was like the thing to do back in the 80s, I guess, for boys. And they weren't interested in selling games to girls, although... what was I reading about Pac-Man? They found it was mostly girls who were playing Pac-Man or something, so they decided... What was I reading? Was that with Championship Edition or something else? Okay, so this is Wanpaku Graffiti. It's kind of a single-plane beat-em-up. You've got a health meter in sort of the middle upper left. You've got this surprisingly kind of slidey motion. Like he just kind of glides. He's got a cleaver and a hockey mask, and it's kind of weird. You got these gigantic ghoulish guys. You've got pits with spikes. You're in a graveyard. There's lightning. It's nighttime. Pretty good setup. I mean, for an NES game, this is pretty epic. Oh, you got these pink demon dogs. I got candy, so I healed. Because candy heals you, of course. Oh no, I don't like the stabby. The last one always gets me. Oh wait, did he go right through that rock so their head pops off and then bounces back at you again? The candy popped out of that one. Oh no. Oh, you can chop those. Oh, I took a hit chopping it. What's with these? Is this like barbed wire around the gravestones? What is this stuff down there? Why are there boulders and pits in this path I'm trying to follow? Is it not a path at all? Actually, oh gosh, I'm taking stupid hits. Thanks for the candy. Like, the jumping is almost too smooth. Kind of like the movement is a little too smooth. But then you've got a Dracula on a disco stage, and you have to watch this dance troupe of ghouls and the Dracula for a bit, which is weird. And you're like, well, I can't get up there. Presumably I need to kill this Dracula for some, you know, gamey reason. He must be in cahoots with the Pumpkinhead. He's trying to stop me from getting the girl back. Now we have to add Boogie, and he sends the ghouls down to my plane. And while he throws rocks, which is a pretty good trick. Are those rocks? Are they balls? Can't quite tell what they are. They look... At a glance, they look like rocks. Uh-oh. Oh, I got more health, though. I have a bigger health bar. Ow! I got lucky that time. Oh, no. Okay, I did it, because now he just runs off. Peace out, dude. I'm gonna go down to my giant subterranean compound. You could see him through one of those holes briefly. So I guess I can't get down there, right? But I can only... Okay, I got candy. I doubled my health. What is this thing? Oh, that gave me full health. Yeah! What are these windows doing? It's poltergeist time. Can I go in here? The scrolling stopped. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh. Okay. Oh man, it's a hand. Oh, that rules. This game... So I never... Like, Splatterhouse always freaked me out. Oh, that's a hamburger. Like, it just looked too gross. Like, I'm not into horror stuff. Like, at least not sort of gore. And Splatterhouse always just looked too gross to me. I'm not really into horror either. I mean, like, I don't mind a vampire here and there, but... I don't know. Oh, it's kind of neat how the crate takes multiple hits. But this is, like, not gory. It's just kind of goofy and cartoony. I should save that burger. Oh, I'm taking dumb hits, though. Poltergeisted books at me. Oh, I'm taking a lot of hits. Oh, no. This screen shake sucks. I didn't know the NES could do all this screen shake. I guess I forgot. Ah! Oh no! I thought I had enough hits left. I foolishly did not eat the burger sooner. Oh man, it's just gonna keep shaking. I gotta try not to take so many darn book hits. Like, I'm presuming I just have to chop books for a while, but what if I'm supposed to do something else? I mean, something seems mad when I chop books, so it seems like I need to chop books. Ah! One got through my cleaver defense. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that. What is that stuff on the other bookshelf, though? Is that just smaller books just kind of shaking? I have 0 out of 30 something. Oh, I just chopped your stool. Oh, that ruled. Hi, girl. Oh. Well, that's a good trick. Why didn't she have a burger? Oh, the chair fixed itself. Oh, this rules. Oh. Okay, the lightning isn't great, but... I'm taking too many hits again. Can her head hit me? It doesn't. Okay, that got messy. That got really bad. Oh. Oh man, her head revolved. Oh, her head does hit me. Dang it. Oh, shoot. I'm not gonna get past this. I'm too scatterbrained. She didn't give me a burger. I would have to save scum to pass this. I feel like there's got to be some smarter way to do that than just randomly jumping around. What's the 0 of 30 though? I feel like I've been missing a lot. So as long as I keep moving, the chairs kind of go for where I was. Except I just ran into them. I looped back and got hit. No, now they split up and it gets harder. Shoot. Okay, that did work, so I'll keep moving. The screen shake in this game, man. It's a surprisingly smooth screen shake. Be garbage of cesspool, ha ha ha. I mean, did they translate all these just for this collection, or what gave me a password? I guess that's cool. Are we still in this little cabin? Am I repeating it? What the heck? I've got 11 of 30 now. No, it's a little different now. I don't like this. Oh! Oh, come on! Oh, that sucked. I need some candy or burgers. I can't get up here, okay. Now we're platforming. Big old weird spiders. Oh, this isn't Castlevania. You can't hit the candles. What is that diagram? Is that a person's face? Oh no! Oh shoot! Oh, we got spiders throwing rocks. Ow! Gee, I got rocked by a spider. Heck, since when do spiders throw rocks? Are they nuts? I mean, what? I couldn't tell what Dracula was throwing either. Oh, sloppy. Oh, bad. There's these narrow little platforms that you... It's your kind of weird, slidey jump. Okay. Boo 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 boo. Oh, what? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, no. Okay, I got some candy. That's good. Oh, there's a burger up there. Yes. I probably could have saved that a little bit. Where does the candy come from? I'm not... Oh, that was real bad. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be going for the knives. I got more points. The knives or the chickens. Are those eyes in the top of the stove? Oh, see ya. Oh, wow. Jeez, how many floors is this place? Well, down to the bottom floor. Oh, that was funny. Is there stuff over here? What is my... I can't tell what I'm looking at there. That's an eye on the left. Oh, that's just the back of his head on the left there. What the heck is that? A big pipe? We got some kind of floating barrels in that disgusting water. What? What are these? Pink slime rats? Oh man, there's all kinds of weird stuff in this. Yeah, get chopped up. I don't know how one slice transforms a thing into multiple slices, but it's just a special skill I got. Oh, candy, it didn't sink. That's good. This music's pretty good. Oh! I don't like being jumped at from... Oh! I think that's it. I was almost up to 30 out of 30 something or other. Door closing. Yeah, but I got that password, but whatever. So that game's kind of cool. I don't know that I would have the patience to come back to it. I mean, I could save scum through it. I could probably do that. It's okay. Okay. So that was Wanpaku Graffiti. I don't know what that stands or what that means. I'm gonna look this up. So you're just gonna have to sit here and listen to me search Wikipedia. Wanpaku Graffiti. Is that 2 S, 1 T? Yeah, it was Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti. Developed by Now Production? Oh wow. Now Production, modern Now Production made Namco Museum Plus. Published by Namco for the Family Computer in 1989. It was the second game released in the Splatterhouse series. First Splatterhouse game to re-release for a home console. What was it? What was the other Splatterhouse game that ever... Oh, maybe that wasn't till like Genesis. Oh, TurboGrafx, right. TG16 port of Splatterhouse had a faux parental advisory warning printed on the front of the box. They read, "The horrifying theme of this game may be inappropriate for young children and cowards." Wow. So, it says that Vampire in the Graveyard was Michael Jackson inspired. Yeah, the movement is a little slightier than I would like. It's weird. I mean, it feels very smooth, but like too smooth. Let's see. I might as well make this full screen while I'm reading game facts. By defeating a certain number of enemies, Rick's health bar grows. So is that maybe if I filled up the out of 30 thing? Oh yeah, because it starts at out of 10. I see. Number of enemies needed is seen at the top of the screen to raise your health bar. I see. Oh, well, it doesn't really say anything about where the game concept came from. Like, why is it? What does Wanpaku Graffiti mean? Well, I guess I'll never know. Okay. So Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti. Is there another one? Yeah, Xevious. So I think it was there was a Xevious in Namco Museum Archives Volume 2. There was a later Xevious that I think only came out in Japan. Wait, where did this one come out? This Xevious is the Famicom version, but it did come out on the NES. And I think I must have had this on the NES because like the music is exactly what I remember being stuck in my head. And I don't think it was, like, I think the arcade music sounded a little different. But these sounds are exactly what I remember. So I must have had this on the NES, but I just hated this game. I hated any version of Xevious. So I don't know why we would have had it. Maybe it was just like when you're a kid and and your family first gets a console, maybe this doesn't even happen anymore because people just know better now, but back then, like, nobody knew what the good games were, at least nobody I knew would have, well, at least not me or my family would have known right away what the good games are, so maybe they just, somebody just thought this was a good idea to get Xevious because it was there, I don't know. Like, that sort of coin sound effect of these ships is kind of cool, but just the repetition and the background music loop, and I just couldn't stand Xevious. And I didn't like I think there was the one in some kind of Xevious in Volume 2, but yeah. I mean, this must have made them a lot of money in the arcade because they keep dragging it out. But I just, Xevious. Oh, God. Just shoot me sideways. Shoot me sideways and call me George. Oh, he dodged my clever bomb attack. Again, you have to mash 2 buttons instead of just 1. I suppose in the emulator I could just set it up so it would do 2 buttons with 1 press. Or I could just hold buttons, but I don't like holding buttons. I can't, my old body can't handle it. I can't handle anything. I need easy games like Splatterhouse, Wanpaku, Graffiti. This is just like, I mean, shmups seem kind of boring to me now, and this is like the most boring. You got a 1-second music loop going. You've got these darn coin enemies who fly away from you. They just don't want to be there. I kind of don't want to be here. You've got just flat, untextured ground. Oh, what is that? Hey. Oh, stop. Oh yeah, these things. I mean, those were kind of cool the first time you saw them in the arcades. Like, oh my gosh. It's like flying monoliths from 2001. They're just orbiting the Earth. I never even thought of that before, because I always thought of them as metal. Oh, and as I stood there admiring the plates, I got aced. Well, that's Xevious. I don't like Xevious, so that's enough for me. I mean, I guess if you were into Xevious and you needed a home version, it might have been okay. So I guess that's 10. 10 of the games, right? Dig Dug, Dragon Buster, the crazily terrible Dragon Buster, Dragon Spirit, which was surprisingly good. Dig Dug was surprisingly good. Tower of Druaga, which I just don't get with. Galaxian, not really my bag. Mappy is good. Pac-Man is playable. I got farther in it than any other Pac-Man recently, so I guess that's good. Sounds so bad in it though, and the graphics are weird. Sky Kid, which I can't stand and freaks me out. Splatterhouse, Wanpaku, Graffiti, which is actually pretty fun, and I might have to save scum through at some point. Xevious, which I just can't get along with. So that's gotta be 10, right? 10, yeah. So that leaves number 11, which was really the flagship title of the bundle and got everybody talking, and that's Pac-Man Championship Edition, which people gleefully call a demake because, let's see, Pac-Man Championship Edition came out on the Xbox 360 in 2007. So I've been looking into this a lot because it's actually kind of surprising. Also, notice how there's a mistake. People call it a mistake in the A in the start, the blinking start word down at the bottom there. It's got the indentation on the right hand side that the R has, but it's not supposed to have that. So there have been like ROM hacks put out to quote unquote fix that. So I I was biased against Microsoft. I didn't want Microsoft making game consoles. I thought I hated the bloatware-ness of their Windows operating systems that I was forced to use for years. And so I never bought a Microsoft console. And this game, or Championship Edition, came out on Xbox 360, and it looked amazing. And I had friends who had 360s, and I was pretty jealous that this was not coming out on PS3. It did eventually, but I think like a year or two later. But in the very next year, there were, if you were in the know, there were videos of this NES, well, not this one, but of a Pac-Man Championship Edition demake for NES posted on YouTube and on the Japanese service Nico video service. Those videos are no longer available, but I'll get to that. So that was 2008, the year after this came out on 360, and they were posted by a user who went by the handle Coke774, who was evidently Japanese. So there was Japanese text on the descriptions and titles and stuff. And Coke went on to post other videos of other porting projects that they do. They seem to sort of specialize in porting retro-style games to old consoles. Like their current project, or the most recent thing they've been porting on, or posting on YouTube, is a port of Legend of Zelda to the Epic EPOCH tape system, or whatever it was, some kind of funky system. So that's kind of the thing they do. But they didn't keep, and they posted screenshots. They had their own website. They posted screenshots of the Pac-Man Championship Edition for NES, as they called it. They didn't say for Famicom. They said NES. But they never released the ROM. I'm not sure if they've released any of their ROMs, actually. I haven't looked into that. But they certainly never released this one that they were showing off. They occasionally posted things, or other people would post things. Like one account on Twitter, I think, posted eventually a Famicom cartridge. I forget what game it was, but it had a handwritten label on it, or no, a hand printed. Well, it was printed. It said like Pac-Man with a M instead of an N, Championship CE or something, DX, or I don't know. So maybe somebody eventually made themselves a physical thing, or maybe that's just what Coke774 had made to check to see if it actually ran on actual hardware, because at some point they did tweet, maybe it was in the description of one of the videos, they said that it did run on the actual hardware. They found out that it ran on the actual hardware. Oh, what is this? I haven't seen that outline on stuff. I don't think. In 2009, a copy of the YouTube video, well, I haven't seen the YouTube video, but I think it's probably the YouTube video, a copy of which appeared on Vimeo, that is still visible. So you can go on, and I'll link to that. I'll link to the stuff that has links to the other stuff, basically, in the description of this video. So that video is still available, and the cutting room floor has produced what seems like a pretty thorough analysis of the differences between the version visible in the 2008 video, or what was probably a copy of the 2008 video, and the officially released version for NES that came in this, well, what we're looking at here right now, that came in Namco Museum Archives Volume 1. The main difference is there's lots of little graphical tweaks. The sounds were redone, remade, replaced. The title screen here was rearranged a little bit, but not like the whole logo and stuff. That was all drawn by originally, back in 2008 by these, home coders or whatever. What was the other main thing? Oh, well, the visual effects got beefed up and kind of made smoother and nicer looking. But it was essentially the same game that we see now, already pretty much done, apparently, in 2008, the year after it was on 360. But Namco kept, when they were publicizing this game in the lead up to release in 2020, they were saying it was new. They kept saying it was a new, retro Pac-Man for NES. And they were kind of trying to make this big deal out of that. And they never mentioned Coke 774. All the credits just seem to credit M2 as being the ones who made this port, but they weren't. They tidied it up, apparently, but they sure didn't make most of it. It wasn't even their idea to make it, I guess. Unless Coke 774 is actually joined M2 or something. Ars Technica put together a good article kind of summarizing all the archived evidence that it had been this independent coder who made this game, and I guess they presented this to Namco after this game came out, after the Volume 1 came out, and they asked them, they said, so what about this? It doesn't look like you guys made this yourselves, or I don't know what they said to them, but they actually got Namco to admit that, Namco came out with this really half-assed sort of credit to Coke 774, and they just said something like, throughout Pac-Man's history, we've been happy to have fans interested, and, Coke 774's project was interesting to the team. Well, they didn't even make it that clear cut. They just said something like, the team was, worked with Coke 774 and incorporated his design into our game. They still made it sound like it was their thing, and they just maybe tweaked it a bit based on this coder. I mean, they did identify the person as male. The person would really have appreciated that. Like one reading of the meaning of their handle, not so much the Coke part, but the 774 part, is that, like, in Japanese, apparently it would sound like a word that meant essentially anonymous or something, so they might be seen as like anonymous, like Coke Anonymous, or instead of like New Coke, or I don't know. That seemed like a bit of a stretch, but who knows. Now, there's names in the credits that are credited to M2 or as the people who worked on this game, and there's a bunch of names of, Japanese names of developers. Presumably, Coke 774 could be one of those names. Their like real name or something. We don't know. That seems a little unlikely, because if you click through their links on the Moby Games copy of the credits, you'll see those people have all worked on multiple other professionally released games, and that's not, kind of seems unlikely that they would have been this secretive, unlicensed port coder of old games to old systems all along as well. But who knows? I suppose weirder things have happened. So that's kind of the story as far as is known of this game. The original pre-M2 Tweaks ROM by Coke 774 has still never seen the light of day. And Coke removed the let's see, like you can see archive.org archived pages from YouTube that show that Coke 774's post of the video of this game that they had put up in 2008 by 10 years later, by 2018, I think it was, it had almost 50,000 views. So it's not like people didn't know about this game. And in fact, there's, looking back on it, there's a quote from the director of this game that said something like, some people might have known about this game before, but we hope they'll be even more impressed with the final product. Which, in retrospect, that makes sense because, yeah, 50,000 people or 50,000 views saw that video from, you know, starting back in 2008. They also said something like, oh yeah, they said, this was a 2020 interview, I think shortly after the official release, and they said something like, this was on Silicon Era, I think, .com, and they said something like, I lost track of what they said. They said, oh yeah, they said 5 years ago, so that would have been like 2015. We negotiated to, and again, negotiate was an interesting term. To, if this was just a Namco project, right? Would they be negotiating with the higher ups at Namco? But maybe they were negotiating with Coke 774 without mentioning Coke 774 at all. So we negotiated to bring the game out on 3DS, starting in 2015. Well, they didn't say, they just said 5 years ago, but. And he also said their initial plan was to release it individually, just a individual release, and they didn't say why the plans changed, but obviously they did because they made they put it in this whole bundle with a bunch of other NES/Famicom games, but it was basically, you know, they came up with a way to make you pay $20 for it. What for most people was probably buying it, if they were buying it for it, just for this game, because this was the big new shiny thing that was kind of this amazing conversion of this game onto a much less powerful system. And people going back through Coke 774's Twitter, which is, you know, has also been known for a while probably to a bunch of people, they found a tweet in Japanese that's Coke 774 made in 2013, saying, translated through Google Translate, it says something like, it's been a while since I had a foreigner ask about the Pac-Man ROM or a Pac-Man ROM. So that makes it sound like they got some kind of inquiry from someone outside of Japan about the game, which at that time was still, you know, visible as a video on YouTube. So, you know, but they'd been sitting on the ROM all this time, you know, by that time for 5 years. So were they holding out for Namco? Did they realize that it was a pretty good conversion and they were hoping maybe that Namco would pay them money for it? Like Namco, you know, back in the day, Namco bought, or well, Midway, who was their US distributor, bought what was, I guess it was then called Crazy Auto originally, but they bought what was Miss Pac-Man essentially from some hackers who were going to release an unlicensed conversion kit for Pac-Man to turn Pac-Man into this Crazy Auto or whatever. Midway bought that and, working a little bit with Namco, turned it into Miss Pac-Man, but of course when they famously didn't really buy it completely outright, they they left it as this like royalties deal, so that the hacking group was getting royalties, and so now they've decided to phase out Miss Pac-Man, so presumably they don't have to pay royalties anymore and all that shit. So presumably this time, if they did buy this game from Coke 774, maybe they did buy it outright, and just hopefully Coke 774 got something out of it, because it's a pretty sweet conversion, you know? But Coke 774 in 2019 took down their videos. Actually, they didn't take them down. They shifted, at least on YouTube, they're not deleted. They're switched to private. And took down their website, but it's archived on archive.org. So they went silent right before this, you know, the year before the game came out. They kind of went dark about it, and they took down their public postings about it. Or at least most of them. So again, that seems like part of a deal, right? Like did Namco pay him a certain amount as a guarantee that they would not, you know, that Coke 774 wouldn't talk about it or whatever. And it seems like Namco is just hoping to keep it all under wraps, that anybody else outside of Namco had actually made the game in the first place. It's just kind of weird. Anywho, so I had played Namco Museum, the non-NES version, I had played Pac-Man Championship Edition, the non-NES version, on the PS3, where it eventually came out in one of the Pac-Man Museum collections on PS3. Then I played it on PS4 in the Namco Museum Plus collection. And I never quite, like, as much as I wanted to, I never quite got into it. And comparing it with this, like, the PS3 and PS4 versions are blurry. There's a lot of blurry effects. Like the maze walls are just kind of blurrily shaded. There's kind of blurry dynamic lighting effects, like the ghosts leave kind of blurry multicolored lights around the maze. There's just kind of a lot of hazy, blurry stuff going on, whereas this game, of course, you don't have that many colors to throw around. So it's very sharp looking. Also, the PS3 and PS4 versions, they kind of used pixels of different resolutions for different things. Like the ghosts and Pac-Man are kind of chunky pixels, except at their edges they have like a thin edge of smaller pixels, which, you know, looks a little weird. It kind of disrupts the idea that this is, you know, an old game with chunky pixels or something. It's kind of, I think it probably takes away from the look a bit. Whereas on this game, you don't, I mean, it's all chunky NES pixels anyway. So, like, I find the graphics in this game I kind of like better, even though they're, you know, much more limited in their way, but they're more cohesive. The colors have been, you know, there's fewer colors, so the colors are kind of more coordinated. You got achievements, which is nuts. This is just like local high score, I guess. Even the running this in the collection, it's kind of disappointing they didn't try to do some kind of like online ranking or something, I suppose. Whoa. Another thing I didn't actually like about the PS3 and PS4 versions is there's a, you know, these are all time attack. All the modes are time attack, and there's a theme, a secondary theme that starts to build as you get within, I don't know, within a minute or two of the deadline, where that starts building more and more and getting louder and louder, and sort of this ominous building music that culminates as the clock runs out, and it feels kind of like ominous and scary, like, oh no. And I never liked that music. This version doesn't have that at all, so I kind of like that more, that it doesn't have that theme that secondary theme that I didn't like, that feels like the bad ending is coming up. the main thing that this takes out that I think is really an improvement is that when you eat ghosts in the regular version of Championship Edition, there's a big flashing effect and the screen shakes. There's this sudden screen shake. Whereas in this, when you eat a ghost, there's no screen shake. There's a slight pause, which the regular version has, but there's no screen shake. Whereas the PS3 and PS4 versions, for instance, there's a big screen shake, which is really jarring and I don't like. And then there's a flashing effect in those versions as well. So, like, one of my excuses for stopping playing the PS3 and PS4 versions was that they were kind of flashy, and I was feeling particularly photosensitive at the time, and I was not into these flashing, shaking effects. But, like, and I had stayed away from this version as well because I thought it was even flashier, like there's that big pulsing effect at the top and bottom of the screen here. But it's still kind of smoother to watch than, I think, than the PS3 and PS4 versions. Like, it's sort of mesmerizing the way it's got this pulsing effect, but it's not as jerky and jarring, and it plays smoother because it doesn't have all that screen shaking. Oh, I thought I would make it. So, like, I think Coke 774 just had some really good ideas about how to streamline the game that actually made it better. Also, I think I was playing this back-to-back with the PS4 version last night. I couldn't go to bed. I was just thinking about this, and I think this version is actually faster. Like, if you go to the PS4 version after playing this, the PS4 version starts out really slow, and I don't think it gets anywhere near as fast. So, like, just the fact that Coke 774 was able to make a NES version that's actually faster than the, Xbox 360, PS3, PS4 versions, that's nuts. Oh, also, like, on the PS3, PS4 versions, those point values when you eat dots, the points that trail behind Pac-Man, those are rendered in a smaller pixel size, and they're actually pretty hard to see. I kind of like how visible they are in this version. I saw somebody who wanted them to be less visible. I think it was on romhacking.net, said something. I think somebody made a ROM hack that made them less visible, those point numbers for eating dots, but I actually like them. It's just kind of a cool effect. Oh, that was really close. I tried to turn around and fumble-fingered it. Ah, shoot! Oh, man. That was an interesting sound. Like, I never really got down with the time attack nature of the game. Oh, I can't steer. But it kind of oh my gosh, it kind of feels better here. I'm not even gonna make it to the end at this rate. This music got really weird. Oh god, jeez, I can't do nothing here. I did a bit better when I was messing around last night, I think. Green dots, purple maze. That's some super scroll magic. Ah. Oh no. That was another thing N2 did. Like, I think in Coke 774's version, there were only, I think it was 6 fruits or something, and M2 added the rest of the fruits back in. Oh, jeez. No! I only have to not die in 4 seconds. I made it. Now this does have less modes than the you know, big console version. I like this name entry thing. Like, I think, come to think of it, I think the video you can see of this and on Vimeo, their title screen had, I think it said copyright. Well, there was an earlier copyright date, and but it also said like copyright 2007, like Namco or something. So, like, it seemed like maybe they were all along trying to make it like something that they could show to Namco and say, you know, you want to buy this? They didn't put their own name on their title screen, for instance. I ate 8 monsters in succession. Wow. Achievement unlocked. So the achievements don't actually go anywhere or do anything. Normal mode finish. But I guess you can just go look at them. Does it save these? Because I thought I got some last night, but they weren't here today. Oh, maybe I moved the ROM. That's what it was. And like, you can replay, it says a replay. So I'm not controlling this. So yeah, that was me, because I remember waiting there like that. So what if I quit? And start back up. Whoops, wrong game. And, load my ROM back up. Is it gonna have... Whoops. Oh, that was the wrong thing. Oh yeah, it does keep them. Wow, that's cool. So yeah, there's only 2 modes in this. There's the one I did, normal, which was 5 minutes, I think, and then there's extra, which is 3 minutes. Thinking about Championship Edition itself, it's interesting because I think it definitely was made by, because like Iwatani was involved as some kind of like producer or executive producer or something, overseeing it. Like, it seems like it was definitely made to fix some perceived potential weaknesses in Pac-Man as like an ongoing game. Because like, of course, people got really good at playing Pac-Man. It's so good they could keep playing Pac-Man for hours and hours and hours and just manipulate the ghosts all over the place. So probably Namco was looking at that. Oh, I thought that's a fruit. It's not a power pellet. And thinking, well, you can't have that. You can't just have like an arcade game that people can just play indefinitely. So they made it this time attack. Oh my gosh. So that was kind of the main thing they probably wanted to do. Then probably people would say that, well, Pac-Man gets boring because it's only got 1 maze. So they made it so that it's constantly like morphing mazes. So that kind of addresses that concern. And then you could say that, well, although Pac-Man's original graphics are quite nice for the time, they're, you know, not much goes on with them. They're pretty static, really. Oh, gosh. So, I mean, even aside from the mazes themselves changing shape as you play this game, there's all these, like, flashy effects. Oh my gosh, is this mode just extra hard? I did better at it. I think I cleared it last night. I'm not trending well here. Oh my gosh. Oh no! I went for the Java. The other thing that kind of bugs me about Pac-Man is that, like, the fun part of Pac-Man is eating the ghosts, right? But as you get to harder levels in Pac-Man, they become harder largely because you have a lot less time to eat ghosts. And you're having to spend most of your time just, like, hiding and trying to loop or bunch the ghosts together so you can actually eat more than one. Whoa, I got a higher score in that than I did in the 5-minute mode. I wonder, see, it makes me wonder, like, what is the top score in this? Like, how far, what puny percentage of the possible top score do I have? Like, it shows the graph goes up to 18K, but what is that, 18K per second? Like, it looks like my average here might be like 5K per second if it's 3 minutes. If it's 3 minutes and I got, let's say, round up to 150,000, that's 180 seconds. Right? Am I doing this right? 180 seconds. Let's say it was 150 seconds. So that was more like 1,000 points a second that I was getting. So I don't think that's what those numbers really are showing. What would that be then? Is it 6K every tenth of a second? Well, it's in divisions of... what is it in divisions of? It's in divisions of 10 seconds, so that's what it is, yeah. So that's score per every 10 seconds. I think this results screen was... a lot of it was similar to the 2008 Coke 774 version. So, like, they did all this, like, pretty good, you know, pixel art layout and hand-drawn design and stuff and fonts. Pretty much all of that was them. M2 rearranged some of it. And recolored some of it. Like, the ghost colors in... I think the ghost colors in the 2008 version were more like the Pac-Man NES ghost colors or something. And these versions are more like the arcade colors. See, like, that's a good red ghost color. Why was the NES or the Famicom Pac-Man red ghost so weirdly colored? I hate the key. Extra mode finish, that's true, I did that. Okay. So yeah, that's all the modes. Like the big console version has like what, like 6 different modes or something, and they're just kind of like different time durations and different sequences of morphing mazes. But a lot of them seem like for me it was always confusing because they didn't tell you what the differences were in the modes. I guess they don't here, but you kind of know one. You kind of learn fast enough that one of them's 5 minutes, one's 3, and the 3-minute extra one is sort of a little more confined and tricky, maybe. But yeah, I always kept forgetting like what the different modes were like in the original version, so I guess I'm trying to argue that I like a condensed modes. Like, how many different modes do you really need that you're really going to be able to remember and work on high scores for anyway? Not that I wouldn't mind. Well, see, maybe I do mind more modes. Like 2 seems like a good number, right? Then again, you could say, well, this is 5 minutes and this is 3 minutes, so you're done with the game in 8 minutes, right? But the whole point is that it's like a time or a score attack. I guess score attack is what it is, right? So, yeah, pretty sweet. I mean, I definitely think I like this more than the big boy console version. It's just smoother, it's faster, it's sharper. It's chunkier. Oh shoot. That ghost was sweating it. Sweating to the oldies, or the newies. Like, why? Like, shouldn't this be telling, like, Namco that they should just be making more chunky Pac-Man 2D games? Like, why aren't they doing that? Although they did do, what's it called? Pac-Man World. What was their remake of Pac-Man World? Pac-Man World something that came out recently. I hadn't realized that there were 3 Pac-Man World games. There was also a Miss Pac-Man something. Oh yeah, Pac-Man World Repack, that's what it was called. It's a weird name. But I hadn't realized that on, like, PS2 and that era, GameCube and stuff, there were 3 Pac-Man Worlds. Oh wow, I think I went through that guy. I like this music. Shoot. I was looking at them on YouTube. I was kind of tempted to. Well, I was looking to see, do I need to get these? Because some people seem to have a real fondness for those games, but they're not quite. I don't think they're quite my thing. Like, they seem to alternate between 3D platforming and more like 2D Pac-Man mazes. But the mazes, oh my gosh, I just headed right into that guy. The mazes, the like 2D mazy part, I mean, it's still rendered in 3D. It doesn't seem that, it's kind of slow. It doesn't really seem that tight. I don't know. So do you get different music riffs as you play this, or do I just keep forgetting what music I've been hearing? What kind of fruit is that anyway? It looks like a big pink butt. It's just pink butt fruit. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I'm just losing points all over, because of course when you die, your bonus for eating regular dots, which goes up to 50, resets to 10, so you're just earning lower points just for eating which is not what you want. You want maximum point, and you want 50 points for eating. But I did get a new high score, so it seems like the game really wants you just to go fast and just clear a lot of ghosts and dots out. And I think that's one thing I've not really done when I've played the game. I've always tried to, like, play cautiously, and I was up to 6 packs right there, so I didn't really need to play cautiously, but I freaked out. But you gotta get all your ghosts, just get your 1600 points. Oh, I shouldn't have gone up here, though. Ooh. Oh, what? I was like, I'll go here, wait for the ghost, grab the pellet, and then when time came, I forgot the crucial step of grabbing the pellet. I'm just gonna lose a lot of points and lives. See, I should have just started eating stuff. Just get the pellets, start eating some ghosts. Stuff happens. Get another pellet. Don't be precious about it. See, those are just points I wouldn't have got if I'd been waiting for something. I'm gonna get croaked. Shit. But yeah, see, in this game, they made it so you, basically, if you do it right, and it doesn't take that much skill, you just get to keep eating ghosts all the time. Which, you know, it's depressing that how little time you get to spend eating ghosts in real Pac-Man once you get past the first few levels. Almost 200,000. I went through a bad streak there in the middle where I was just dying left and right. See a big divot here. Well, not really. It was, well, there's, yeah, kind of big old second half is a big old divot. So that breaks down the scores. I got 33,000 from dots, 40,000 from fruit, wow, and 120,000 from ghosts. So I definitely got the vast majority of my points from eating ghosts. Because I mean, if you eat 4 ghosts, that's what? I think that's as high as the multiplier goes, isn't it? So you get like, well, you get 1,600 for the last, or is it 16,000? No, it's 1,600. 1,600 for the fourth one, so that's 800 for the third one, so you're up to 2,200. 400 for the second one, so you're up to 2,600. And I guess it's 200 for the first one, so that's 2,800. So that's almost 3,000 points if you eat 4 ghosts. But I got 120,000 points. That means I ate like 40 bunches of, or 30 bunches of 4 ghosts? That seems like a lot. Or does it keep giving you 1,600 if you, yeah, I guess it must do that if you eat more than 4. It must keep giving you 1,600 per ghost probably, so I guess that would, yeah. Just chaining. Oh, and the graph shows you where those points are coming from, so those big spikes are when I ate a ton of ghosts, obviously. That graph is actually a little more informative than I had bothered to notice. This game rules. Did I get any more achievements? No. Man, so what are all those other achievements gonna be? Well, I guess there's only 5, 6, 7 more. I mean, I finished the modes. I guess there might be one for like 12 monsters in succession, 16 monsters in succession. There's probably a couple other things I haven't eaten yet. So that could be like 4 or 5 things right there. Oh, well, I have got one for 100,000 in normal mode. Maybe it just doesn't care about that. Maybe there's one for like 200,000 in extra mode. So I guess I could fill them out pretty quick. I like that font at the top. And I like the laurel leaves around the sides. To the victor! I like this goofy music. the way the beat is syncing with, like if you know, if Mizuguchi was always going for this like thing in like res and stuff of having the visuals and the music work together to achieve feelings in the player, but to me this comes closer to something like that. But he had some term for it than his games ever gave me. Oh dang, I gotta go down here to back up. It's funny because compared to that just option or extras or achievement screen, like this is a really old school presentation of an old style Pac-Man animation, except now you got like sweaty ghosts. So like seeing this, you might not think there was a whole lot going on that was going to be different from typical Pac-Man. You might just walk away, right? If you were that impatient. You might just go load up Sky Kid or something. What's funny is in the, if you run this in just the straight up, you know, game as it comes off of Steam, instead of extracting the ROMs like everybody does that, right? It's not just me. Then that game, you know, it has a whole UI and stuff where you scroll through and pick a game and run the games. It puts like a stupid part of the UI like overlapping the lower left corner of the games. It's just that's just bad. That's bad. Why would they do that? Why is this person not eating the ghosts? They were right there, and then you... Oh. I think this is trying to fool people into playing badly. Actually, what I saw in... Actually, it was in Coke 774's video. So in Coke 774's video, or at least the presumed copy of it on Vimeo, what you see, which again, I'll have links to this stuff, what you see is they go up over the ghost house and sit here like that and just wait for the ghost to come out and get eaten as they're sort of just poised facing downward over the ghost exit door like a big old pack vulture. Or whoever was playing, I guess, but it was presumably Coke 774 themselves. Oh, alright, I need to go. My brain is fried. This game is mesmerizing. I didn't think my eyeballs could handle it, but I think we're handling it okay. I haven't got a migraine yet. Oh, notice how when a level changes, try to trigger one here. There's a horizontal wipe where the level gets changed. Like right there, that was too fast, really. But can I pause? I think there's another one. In Coke 774's original version, that wave change as it swept over the stage was the edge of the wave was just a white line. It was kind of really bright and kind of jarring. So that's one of the things one of the effects that M2 made fancier. So now it's I think it's a line of, is it ghosts and packs? Ah, it's so brief and fast, it's hard to see, but yeah, it's like a wave of, it's like a column of tiny ghosts and Pac-Man or something. At least that's what, I wasn't paying attention. I thought I was somehow on the other side there where the butt fruit is. I think it was the cutting room floors breakdown of the differences pointed that out. That effect change. Oh, I missed him. Oh, that ghost was 28,000. Well, I was totally wrong. See, your point value does keep going up. It's not doubling. Oh, shoot. Oh, the music's freaking out. But yeah, I mean, I love the speed, I love the colors, I love the fruit, I love eating ghosts, I love the crazy music, I love the hypnotic effects, even if they could potentially come worry me that they're gonna give me a migraine, but it seems like not too bad. Butt fruit. I shouldn't keep talking about butts. Nobody wants to hear about butts, do they? We're all classy people here. Classy people don't talk about butts, do they? What about rich people? What do rich people talk about? Oh, I couldn't think straight. I got freaked out. I'm just having too much fun, and I have few brain cells left at this point. I'm just still having fun, though. Who needs brain cells when you got fun? The music just sounds like it's broken. It sounds like what happened when I cranked up the speed in NES Pac-Man. I love the green dots. The green dots are the best. Actually, it's kind of like almost a lime green. People were like selling, you know, like actual carts of that had, I guess, burned chips of this ROM on them. So you could stick them in an NES or something on Etsy. But I think the one I was looking at, it had a cool, like, Pac-Man illustrated label. But I guess people were saying, and they said this in the description, but of course nobody reads carefully, that that version didn't have music. Because actually one thing, I think Coke774 actually said it in his description of one of his videos. See, I shouldn't be waiting. I need to eat, you gotta eat ghosts faster. Is that, oh, did I die there? No, I guess it didn't really matter. No, it wasn't even, is that it used a specific non-standard sound chip, like a fancier sound chip. So you would need you couldn't just use like the bargain basement NES chipset in a cartridge. You would have to, you know, get one of these slightly fancier chips to be able to reproduce all the sounds. So like the Etsy bootleg I saw the music didn't play. Second place. Alright, I gotta go. My foot has decided to start cramping up, so I need to get up and walk around or something. I don't know. Thanks for watching. So that was all 11 games in the Namco Museum Archives Volume 1, extracted and running in the emulator Mesen. I'll have links to all the nonsense I talked about in the description under the video. I do have a video or videos showing all the games from Namco Museum Volume 2 that I did some months back as well. I think the big one there for me was Galaga, which I still, it's a nice looking game. I like it better than the arcade Galaga, but yeah, in this volume, actually, I ended up liking more of the games more. Like, of course, this game rules, but I think I like this Dig Dug more than the arcade Dig Dug. I don't like the Pac-Man more than the arcade Pac-Man, but it actually plays a lot better than it looks and sounds. Wanpaku Graffiti seems pretty cool. I kind of want to come back and saves comes through that at some point. What was the other thing? Oh, Mappy. I like the Mappy too. The Mappy actually plays really well. And again, I was running all these in non-stretched pixel mode, so it's perfectly square pixels, which they seem to be designed for more than an actual, like, slightly wider NTSC pixel, which is weird to me, but I don't know. It's just how they did it. Dragon Spirit was actually kind of fun, but I can't really hang with shmups, and yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it kind of had a cool graphical style. Different than the arcade one I've seen in other collections previously. So yeah, some fun stuff in here. Dragon Buster was just so bizarrely bad that it was actually sort of interesting. Druaga I kind of got into for a hot second there, going through that weird old dungeons, but yeah, I can't really play that game. So yeah, anyway, lots of cool stuff in here. So thanks for watching. See you later.